And hello, magandang hapon po and welcome back dito po sa Bounce Back, your business support group during this time of crisis. And now as we enter into GCQ, ako po si RJ Ladesma. I am your volunteer administrator dito po sa Bounce Back. Together with us right now, of course, in the backstage is the founder of Bounce Back, Jason De La Rosa. And right now today, I'm wearing my hat not only as an administrator of Bounce Back, but also as a moderator for today's discussion and also as co-founder of Mercato Central. Now, alam namin po dito here on Bounce Back, we have many educational series. Just double checking lang if everybody's got some audio here, if you can all hear me over here backstage. Let me know, make some noise, bro. Can you hear us here right now? Can you hear us live? Yes, okay. So people can hear us over there. Thanks so much. Now, just to let everybody know, here on Bounce Back, what we've been doing is we've been educating people. We've been helping a lot of people who have small food businesses or businesses that are in distress for them to be able to grow, to find new partners, to pivot, to innovate, to do new and different things. And one of the biggest industries which was affected was the food industry. So Mercato has here right now. What Mercato has before, we'll discuss it a bit later on in the program, is that many people, as a result of this crisis, two things have happened. Number one, people from out of their own homes started becoming food entrepreneurs, gumagawa ng pagkain mula po sa mga bahay nila. And when they do that one, they started selling online. And they were very successful at the start. But eventually, as we move into GCQ, they are wondering right now, magsasucceed pa ba yung business ko pag nasa GCQ na? Can I still sell my businesses on those small hyper-local platforms? How can I sustain the growth of my business? Aside from that one, there are many small home-based food entrepreneurs as well who have been selling their products. They've been doing pretty well during the ECQ. But now that we're moving into the GCQ area, we're trying to figure out how to help them grow their business. So the question we'll be asking here today in our program is how to successfully market your home-based food businesses through online platforms. We saw that the biggest growth really for all of us is if we are able to sell our products online. So number one, people want to know, number one, what are the ideal online platforms to sell, to continue to market my products online? And also number two, what are the platforms that are most friendly para sa ating mga home-based food entrepreneurs? Can you sell also on platforms where the restaurants are, or are there platforms specifically just for home-based food entrepreneurs? Number three, which arrangements do they have for home-based food entrepreneurs that are the most friendly? Ikaw ba, when you're doing it, are they getting 20 to 30% commission from what you're doing? Is that very big for you? Is that too big a cut for the small home-based food entrepreneurs? Are there online platforms which don't get that much from you, or which can even help you market your products? And last but not the least, in terms of delivery, how can these online platforms help you deliver your products as well? So we here in both in Bounce Back and also of course in Mercato, which I help run, we have a Mercato Academy where we help educate our small home-based food entrepreneurs. Our vision is to help our micro and small home-based food entrepreneurs reach their full potential. So if you're watching here right now, we hope to help all the small food businesses out there. If you want to grow your businesses, if you want to make your businesses create more awareness for your business, find a platform for your business, get a delivery service for your business, we can help you out over here on right now on Mercato Academy and Bounce Back. Again, I'd like to greet everybody listening to us here live right now on Bounce Back, and of course on the Practical Learning Company. Ang dami po nanonood from all over the country, from San Jose, Batangas, all the way to Zamboanga. Thank you so much to listening to us here right now on Bounce Back. So allow me to introduce our first set of guests here today, our resource speakers, to share with us a bit more about how to build your home-based food business online. So the first guest we have, let me just double check if he's back. We have over here, can we please welcome the consultant for Mercato Central, which is here right now. We have Miss Clarissa Cabral. Clarissa, hi, how are you?
Hello,
Clarissa,
thank you for having me.
Okay, Clarissa, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for joining us. Mga kaibigan, Clarissa has been, she was just recently our COO, but now has taken on the role of our consultant, but she really helped build the business and was with us during this period of crisis. and really helped us to what we call pivot the business into adjusting for what is the new normal. So Clarissa, maraming mga home-based food businesses na nakikinig dito ngayon, they're interested to find out how can I continue to sustain my business, how to grow my business. I'm sure you'll share with them some secrets and opportunities and trends that you've learned. But anong gusto mo maging main takeaway sa mga home-based food businesses na nakikinig sa iyo ngayon?
Wag po tayong matakot. And now is the best time for us to experiment kung ano yung pwede nating gawin. Marami po tayong pwedeng gawin. And online is basically the key thing for us right now. At mas maganda yon kasi wala tayong masyadong kapital. Pwede natin siya gawin sa bahay lang. So, kung meron po tayong dapat matutunan ngayon, yun po sana yung makuha nyo during this talk.
Yan. Thank you so much, Clarissa, our consultant from Mercato Central. Ikakwento niyo sa mamaya konti yung pivot ng Mercato Central from being an offline business hanggang naging online business and how delivery is really helping out our small home-based food entrepreneurs. Ngayon, kasama din po natin ngayon, he is the founder of Monolith Growth Consulting and he helped build for Mercato Central our online e-commerce business and delivery as well. Please welcome Ken Costales of Monolith Growth Consulting. Ken, welcome back ulit dito sa Bounce Back.
Hi. Thanks for having me again.
Yan. Ken, I know that, over this period of time ng ECQ, ang daming lumapit sa'yo in terms of doing mga online platforms for business, no? And what is your advice really? Anong key takeaway mo? Kasi sa mga malilit na negosyo who are also thinking, dapat ba ako sasama sa mga malalaking online platform or gagawa ka ng sariling platform para sa akin? What is your advice for ating mga micro and small food entrepreneurs, especially now na they want to be able to sustain their business and gather more momentum online?
Okay. So, what I would advise for them is that they need to start small muna. Kasi malaking investment kasi kapag diretso website eh. So, and paminsan, if you partner with a larger platforms, malaki din yung commission. So, dalawa yung general na ina-advise ko kasi there's 3 levels there eh. So, level 1 is like pure brick and mortar ka. Tapos level 2 naman is when you have, is that when you have brick and mortar and at the same time, meron ka ring mga... Or can someone read lang? So merong level 2 naman which is yung brick and mortar and at the same time there's also some ads that are being started. Tapos level 3 naman is meron ka ng sariling platform. And what needs to happen for these small businesses is that they need to look at two particular channels. Unang-una, they need to look at some quick wins with regards to advertising. So yung tipong Facebook boost, Instagram boost, kahit 500 pesos lang on a week-to-week basis. Pero yung punto is you want to get orders at the very least at the start, kahit dun sa Facebook page mo or sa Instagram page. Yun unang-una. Second naman is to try to distribute to more platforms as you can. Merong isang path which is yung hyperlocal na sinasabi ni RJ kanina, which is yung mga Viber groups. Viber groups, Facebook groups, make sure nandun ka. Tapos on top of that then, also look at more accessible channels such as Mercato. Kasi si Mercato, they also have a platform where, with a very accessible commission rate. And again, you want to get charged for every sale. You'll be able to list there doon sa Mercato and you'll be able to sell na rin online. So at the very start, you start with brick and mortar, di ba? Yan yung parang pre-COVID days. Tapos the next level, level 2, is when you start dabbling in online, whether it's Facebook boost, Instagram boost, or it is through distribution channels such as Mercato and hyperlocal channels such as Viber and Facebook groups. And then once ready ka na, then you might explore larger channels or higher investment channels such as your own website. But for now, for the many home-based business owners, yung suggestion ko talaga is focus muna sa level 2, which is the smaller channels muna and the hyperlocal platforms.
Yeah, so importante din, ang gustong sinasabi mo, Clem, is, you can do it step by step. If you're learning how to if you're learning how to make better products, you also have to learn how to make better marketing para sa mga negosyo mo. Again, Ken, thanks so much. And we'll get back to you in a bit, ha?
Sure.
Now, moving on, I'd like to introduce 2 of our success stories coming out of Mercato Central. Sila po ay originally mga vendors po namin sa Mercato, which was our food market dyan sa BGC. At dahil po nagka-ECQ, hindi sila nakabenta physically, pero lumipat sila online. And their business is doing pretty good on our Mercato delivery site. First, I'd like to welcome one of the co-owners and co-founders ng Tipsy Cream, which is alcoholic ice cream, Mr. Anthony Tony Villa. Tony, welcome here to Bounce Back and of course to Mercato Academy. Tony, thanks so much for joining us over here. Pakikwento, ano ba yung product mo ulit sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam?
So we're Tipsy Cream. We make alcoholic ice cream. So ice cream po siya na may halong alak po.
Ba talaga? Okay yung pang ECQ yan pati GCQ.
Kailangan yan ngayon dahil para makakope.
So I understand that originally you were also you were with us during the market and you had to make that sort of innovation to take your business online, and it's been rather successful. In the end, maraming mga small home-based food entrepreneurs na nakikinig dito sa atin ngayon, no? Can you tell us also? I know that you're going to share with us your whole story, but what would you like them just to remember? Key takeaway lang, maybe but by the time that you're done, what do you want them to remember?
Actually, sa mga i-share ko, yung pinagusto ko ma-remember nung mga other small home-based food entrepreneurs is yung kailangan willing to act and mabilis mag-decide about what they can do about their business now. Kasi like Clarice said earlier, wag matakot. It's time to experiment, and hindi lang naman yung buong situation is bago, but that also means may bagong opportunities talaga.
I like that. The whole situation is new, but it also means that there are new opportunities for you to grow the business. And one way that you did it was coming online sa Mercato, online delivery. Again, thanks so much, Tony Villa, co-founder of Tipsy Cream. And now, I'd like to welcome our husband-wife team to join us over here as well. Coming on board, mga senyor at senyorita ng Senior One, please welcome Ina and Kim Villanueva. Ina and Kim, thanks so much for joining us here as well.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, Kim. How are you? There you go.
Hello po, good afternoon.
Hi, Kim. Magandang hapon po. Thanks so much for joining us here in Bounce Back. In particular, I've really enjoyed your product. Very, it's been great. Your para Filipino, Spanish cuisine.
Yes.
And it's been very enjoyable. You've grown your market. And you're also selling in Mercato and selling offline, which is brick and mortar and online.
Yes.
There are many people here like you right now who've also had to sell offline, move online. You've had a lot of experiences, but by the end of this conversation, what would you like them to remember? All these kagaya ninyo, mga small home-based food entrepreneurs, moving forward lang, what would you like them to remember about this new business environment and also going online to sell their products?
Siguro what we would like for them to remember is to take advantage of the situation na deliveries are thriving, small businesses have more opportunity kasi 'di ba there are no dine-in restaurants at the moment, so people are opting for deliveries. Tapos figure out your identity so people can easily recall like what's your market, what's your branding as a small business owner para matandaan ng people kung if they're looking for Spanish Filipino, for example, we have parang kami. So, ganon. Parang remember what your brand is and stick to that. Parang ganon. So
I like that kasi when I look at your product, I remember very clearly in my head. Like Tipsy Cream, alam ko, alcoholic ice cream. Senior One, it's Filipino, Spanish cuisine, that's affordable. I really love the idea, and the pictures really stand out as well online.
You.
So it was such a strong proposition galing sa inyo.
So you have to attract them kasi through photos kasi very visual na tayo these days because of social media ganon. So you have to sell your product to your photos, and then important din pala we're actually very thankful kasi we're also selling sa community and BGC, so we're able to interact with new clients. Parang ganun, we're able to interact with them so we can sell ourselves then, so we can better sell our brand. Parang ganun. So we're very...
Which is great because you're also learning. I mean, this is a great opportunity for you to also pivot your products, change kumbaga, yung composition, yung price point, kung anong kasama, because it's delivery right now, which is the name of the game. Online marketing and delivery, which is the name of the game. And of course, lumalabas sa amin ni Clarissa kahit sa mga recent studies is that home-cooked food, yan yung hinahanap ngayon. And Senior One basically is home-cooked food, hindi ba?
Parang we keep it na restaurant quality, but at the same time, We never over commercialize. We actually don't like to commercialize. That's always been our concept eh. Parang affordable, not naman like super cheap, affordable, pero at the same time, restaurant quality that's not commercialized. Para so if they're looking for something na home cook, pero a touch more parang restaurant style.
Restaurant
So
quality.
they
but
can, yes, parang they can go to us for that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ina, and we'll come back to you in just a bit. Thank you so much for joining us to our more successful vendors online. We have Tipsy Cream and of course Senior One. Now I'd like to speak back to Clarissa again. So Clarissa and I, we've been together since the start actually of this ECQ. I think she's had enough of my face by this time, no? But at this point, no, araw-araw, di ba? We were thinking of what to do. We had, everybody has had to make a pivot pagdating sa negosyo. Tayo bilang merkato at yung mga vendors natin. What have you seen, Clarissa? Maybe first you can explain to people, ano originally yung Mercato Central sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, and then anong ginawa natin sa period ng ECQ to still become very relevant to our consumers?
Right. Okay, so at the start, no, si Mercato talaga in BGC, if hindi pa po tayo nakakapunta, para po siyang food market. So, bali pagpasok niyo po sa loob, tabi-tabi, madami pong iba-ibang pagkain. Tapos, yun po yung nagugustuhan ng ating mga bisita, mga consumers that would go to Mercato kasi nakakain sila ng pagkain sa maraming different vendors and stalls. Tapos parang salo-salo sila, pwede nila tikman yung madaming iba-ibang cuisine, maraming iba-ibang pagkain, iba-ibang desserts. So, variety. Yun talaga yung meron sa Mercato. Variety and bagong food. Meaning, kunwari, meron tayong bagong gustong food na i-lunch, napakadali niya gawin sa Mercato. Kasi pasok ka lang, tapos pwede ka na magbenta agad, walang problema. So, napakabilis, no? Pero, ang downside nun is, kami ay isang spontaneous mass gathering place. Na during the ECQ, malaking problema yon kasi hindi kami pwede magbukas. Dahil during ECQ, anything that's classified na spontaneous mass gathering is not allowed to open during this time. So, syempre, we had to think of something to pivot kasi at the end of the day, we don't want to stop helping our vendors. And we don't want to stop reaching our consumers who always want Mercato food and the offerings of Mercato. So, initially, what we did is benta tayo online. So, Facebook lang yon. Facebook, parang mag-message ka sa amin, tapos nandun lahat yung menu and gano'n. Tapos, nag-hire lang kami ng parang rider para mag-deliver. Tapos, hindi kami same-day delivery, next-day delivery yun. Naku, napakahirap. Napakadaming problema. So, yung key learning for us at that time is not to do it ourselves and instead do it with partners and other people na ito yung expertise namin, no? So, from Facebook, we migrated to Shopify. And Ken is one of our partners who did that and really helped us, no, with this. And I think Ken is the best person to talk about this. So, I'll stop na at Shopify. So, kukwento ko lang paano to nakatulong sa aming vendors, no? Kasi, yung mga food aggregators and deliveries, nagcha-charge sila ng 25 to 30% sa SRP ng sa suggested retail price ng ating mga food providers, mga restaurants, mga ganyan. At sa panahong ito, napakasakit nun para sa kanila. Kasi hindi na nga sila kumikita the same way that they would have been before ECQ kasi sarado na yung mga tindahan nila. Yung 30% masakit yon. Na sana napupunta sa sweldo ng mga tao, sana mas nakakatulong para sa kanila. So, ang ginawa namin sa Mercato is, nag-agree kami sa presyo, tapos, nagma-margins na lang po tayo. So, hindi kami kumukuha dun sa SRP nila. So, yun po ang pagkakaiba. At para sa amin po, importante po ito sa mga maliliit na negosyante. Kasi talagang sa kanila, yung ultimo 5% yan, malaki yan para sa kanila. Lalo na sa panahong ito. So, yun po yung ginagawa naming different. Tsaka kaya puro small vendors po yung nasa amin ngayon sa Mercato. So, napaka-importante po nun. At yun po yung ginawa namin na pivot during this time. From no market to ECQ na we did it ourselves. Tapos we have partners na that would each have their own expertise and would help us in making the service of Mercato Delivery better. So yun po.
And then, Clarissa, ito rin po, di ba? Yung sa Mercato, anong kaibahan niya sa ibang mga aggregators? Kanyari, may mga ibang nagbebenta ngayon dito ng mga malalaking kumpanya. They're all selling puro mga restaurant, di ba? But anong kaibahan ng Mercato ngayon? What do they have that the other, I mean, ba't ako pupunta sa Mercato? Ba't ko isusuporta yung Mercato instead of going to these large aggregators ng food?
Correct. So, na-mention po talaga namin na dito po sa Mercato, talaga pong home-cooked and small food vendors na home-based po ang ating sinusuportahan dito. Ngayon po, sa panahong ito, napaka-importante po na suportahan po natin yung isa't isa, at in order for us to do that sa small vendors, ay to actually buy food from them. They're actually offering very good home-cooked and high-quality food na parang not your traditional restaurants that you find outside, which is highly commercialized, no? Iba naman sila. So these are cooked in small batches, tapos you know that there's no preservatives, they do it every single day. So all of those things, no, it gets incorporated in how they treat their dishes. Talagang maalaga. Kumbaga baby nila yun eh. So it's really different. So also, another difference nga that I already mentioned is different po yung pricing. So, sa Mercato po, pag bibili po tayo sa amin, nakukuha po nila in full yung SRP po nila. Kasi hindi po tayo kumukuha ng 25 to 30% as opposed to dun sa mga big aggregators. Kasi po sila, meron po silang scale eh. Dami na po, no? So, mahirap na po tayong, kumbaga, to ask them na not to do the 25 to 30% kasi standard na po yun sa kanila. Tayo po, talagang tulong lang po talaga yung ginagawa natin dito. So, yun po.
Oh, and then finally, Clarissa, kasi para mabuo to, so they can list online. There's no commission taken from the vendor. But paano naman yung delivery? Kasi usually yan yung ginagawa, di ba? Yung naging problema ng mga home-based vendors, sinasabi nila, okay, two things, di ba? Una-una, you can pay via an account online, baka cash, maybe may cash pa, may iba nagbabayad pa ng cash, which is medyo delikado, di ba? Because of course, baka matransmit yung COVID dyan. But pangalawa, sometimes sinasabi nila, o sige, available na yung pagkain mo, pero magpadala ka ng Grab driver or a delivery driver to my house to send to deliver to your house. Paano inaayos ng Mercato online delivery yan? Yung payment system, pati yung delivery?
Correct. So sa Mercato po, napakadali lang po nun. Pag nag-order po kayo sa website namin, you'll be given multiple options for payment. So GCash po yung isa, tapos yung isa direct po transfers to our account. So fortunately po, during this time, nag-innovate po ang ating mga bangko at nag-offer po sila ng mga InstaPay, which allows you to pay from one bank account to the other. Tapos currently po, if I'm not mistaken, waived po yung mga charges doon. Pero naturally, it's around 5 to 10 pesos po, no? So, yun po, very quick. Tapos the following day naman po, after nyo po mag-pay, wala na po kayong kailangan isipin. Kasi meron po kaming partner fleet na sila na po arrange ng deliveries, logistics po, to and from the vendor. So, hindi nyo na po kailangan mag-book. Tapos, ang kukulitin nyo lang po is si Mercato po. Kasi sila po yung nag-facilitate po ng deliveries. Tapos, same thing po, ang diretso pong babayaran nyo is the partner fleet, and we find that the prices of the partner fleet is less than the commercialized one. So, mas mababa po ang ating delivery fee as opposed po to aggregator fleet. So, yun po yung mga advantages po ng consumer. So, parang wala pong sakit ng ulo at nakatipid pa po sila ng konti at the same time natalungan pa po nila yung ating mga vendors during this time. So, yun po.
Yeah. Yung maganda, Clarissa, right? Talagang may natutulungan nila yung mga small food vendors because right now, the people who need help the most ay yung ating mga home-based food vendors kasi wala na silang kita, di ba? And that's really why many of us, we were so passionate about this project is because we have to help them earn money kaagad. And right now, if you look at the bottom of your screen po, kung interesado kayo maging a Mercato Central online food vendor, if you want to sell your products online, we want us to help you market and deliver your products. Nandiyan po yung aming contact information, yung aming mobile, yung aming email, pati yung aming FB chat. Please feel free to come online. We would love to have you there. Anything else as well that you want to share with the home-based vendors? Ano yung mga trends na nakita mo dyan? Trends or opportunities na lumalabas na mabenta ngayon online in terms of food?
Right. So before po tayo magpunta sa trends, gusto ko lang po sabihin sa inyo na kahit hindi po kayo sigurado, i-text nyo lang po yung number na yan at tawagan nyo. Kasi kung may mga tanong po kayo na gusto naming na gustong masagot, the best po talaga silang tawagan. So ano po yung gusto ko i-share, napakabilis at napakadali lang po nito, wala po kayong problema. So ano po yung tatlong trends na gusto ko pong ibahagi sa inyo? Unang-una po, kung meron po tayong parang, paano ba, recipe na very unique na hand-me-down from generations to generations. Napakabenta po niyan ngayon. So ano po ibig sabihin? Pag yung pagkain po na gusto nyo pong ibenta ay hindi po siya madaling mahanap, naku po, patok na patok po talaga kayo ngayon.
Yan,
Ibang
oo,
klase
tama.
po. Kasi hindi, kapag ano po, yung mga nasa labas, napaka-normal na po, fried chicken, burger, ganyan. Parang wala na po siyang anything special. Pero kung meron po kayo napaka-unique at special during this time, now is the time po talaga na dun sa chat, i-contact nyo lang, yung sa baba po, i-contact nyo lang po yung nandun at kung meron po kayong gustong i-offer, yun po yung quick and easy, no? Second trend po na nakikita natin. During this time po, ang cravings po ng mga tao ay desserts. So during this time po, yung desserts, kasi yung dessert po, hindi po yan madaling lutuin sa bahay. Para kailangan nyo po ng oven, luto po cookies, ganyan, etc. Or in general, mga hard to reach, hard to cook. So those two things, no, apart from it being unique, kailangan po, medyo complicated po siya lutuin, tapos medyo mahirap po yung access sa ingredients. Yun po, para masatisfy po natin yung cravings ng ating mga followers. So very important po yun. Tapos yung last po na gusto ko po i-share sa inyo is, now is in terms of trends, no, ngayon po wala po tayong trends. Now is the best time to experiment. If you think that you can create something with a twist, no, naku, ngayon po patok na patok yan. Magbibigay lang po tayo ng quick example, no? During ECQ po, parang ang national pagkain po ng NCR is yung ube cheese pandesal. Parang lahat po ng tao, ube cheese pandesal na lang po yung iniisip. Tapos sino naman po nakaisip na maglagay ng ube at cheese sa pandesal? Yun po yung sinasabi kong twist. Kasi ang pandesal, tinapay lang yan, wala po talaga siyang palaman. So ito pong isang individual na nag-create po nito ube at cheese pandesal, pandesal pa rin naman po siya eh. Normal na pagkain pa rin naman po ang pandesal, pero since nag-add po siya ng very untraditional po, no, na hindi po natin lagi nakikitang twist, naku po, napakabenta. At ang dami na pong sumunod sa kanya pagkatapos nun. At ang gusto ko lang po masabi sa lahat ay, lahat po tayo, meron po tayong creative idea. Ngayon po talaga natin subukan. Kasi wala naman po mawawala sa atin eh. E paano po pag biglang nag-click, bigla po nagkaroon tayo ng negosyo overnight. So, huwag po tayo matakot ngayon. Ngayon po, let's be exploring, let's be experimental, and let's really try our best to really think innovatively. Tapos, who knows, no? The following day, ikaw na pala ang susunod na ube cheese pandesal. Wala naman po mawawala sa atin. So, yun po.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Clarissa Cabral, consultant ng Mercato Central. So, yan po, pag sa palagay nyo, papatok yung pagkain ninyo, it's a home-based food business na may konting twist, or ngayon nakakabenta kayo sa ibang mga communities and you want to extend your business, you want to grow your business some more, you want it marketed, at may delivery services na pwede po sa inyo, makakontakt mo yung Mercato Central, din po sa ilalim po lumalabas yung mga vendor inquiry information sa baba. Again, thank you so much, Cla. Really informative. And with that, let's talk now with Ken. Si Ken po, yung expertise po niya is really Ken Costales ng Monolith Growth Marketing. Yung expertise talaga ni Ken really is to help small businesses grow. At magaling po si Ken sa mga ganyan. And sinabi niya kanina, I mean, nakita namin ni Ken nung unang-una pa, nung nag-start yung ECQ, talagang maraming mga communities kung saan binabenta yung pagkain nila ngayon. But the question is, di ba, Ken, moving on is, two things people want to know. How can I sustain the effort? Baka hindi na makilala yung negosyo ko after some time. Kasi patok ngayon, di ba? Pero alam Pilipinas, pag puro fad lang yan, baka mawala ka rin online, di ba? At pangalawa, ano yung uso-uso online? At what platform should I join online para makilala yung mga produkto ko on an ongoing basis? Sige, Ken, please share. Ang dami mong mga insights eh.
Sure. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now, so I'll wait for that to show up. Okay, perfect. Great. So thanks for asking those questions, RJ. So I'll get to that in a bit. But I think what I want to help out people really is to start off with this question, which is, kasi I think marami na nakausap lately and a lot of them are still not present online. Kasi historically, they were primarily a brick and mortar type of business and they weren't able to adjust. So I just wanted to share lang na kung ano yung dapat yung progression. Kasi people are confused kung dediretso ba sila, mag-invest ba sila in an online platform, should they distribute in a certain channel and all that. So I just wanted to give people lang some perspective on how the progression should look like over time. So I like to think of it as like a pyramid. So pyramid kasi yung pinakamababa marami. So kasi mas malaki siya, ibig sabihin mas maraming tao na nandyan. Tapos merong nasa taas, which is kaunti. Tapos merong nasa gitna. So what I noticed is that merong progression and merong kumbaga like quantity din of number of people in each and every stage. And everyone starts off at level 1. So level 1 is basically brick and mortar ka lang. And yung mahirap dito is that you won't be able to adjust well, especially in this new normal. Kasi most likely, if you look at a restaurant, pagpasok mo sa isang restaurant, most likely meron mga social distancing measures, kumbaga. So, imbes na 100 seats na magpa-fill up, only 50% will be filled up or only 50 seats will be filled up, right? So, even when, let's say, everyone is coming back to restaurants, whether it is GCQ or modified GCQ, most likely meron mga social distancing measures which will not enable you to go back to recovery na 100%, right? So, yan yung situation ng level 1. Level 2 naman is where I suggest people to start off with. So, instead of investing agad in an online store, kasi medyo magastos yun. You have to hire a developer. You need to have some level of fluency with regards to knowing how to build your online platform. You need to source for an agency, evaluate an agency, and all those things. Before going to that, before transitioning agad from brick and mortar tapos diretso na sa online business, yung dapat mong gawin is, what I would say is level 2. Level 2 is try something, right? Try anything, to be honest. Kasi what you want really is to get started with regards to getting sales online. And hindi mo kailangan sobrang komplikado, crazy process in doing that. And you might notice these stories that you've read in Business World and in many other publications out there na marami din mga simpleng tao na nasa bahay lang, they decided to cook some food, mga buko pie, mga ube pandesal, and they started selling online. Tapos yung online is basically Viber groups, nagpo-post sa Facebook, tapos nagulat sila na may sales agad, right? Kasi these people were just trying things out. They didn't have a crazy online platform. They didn't build their own. They just started posting. Okay, so I think yung first hurdle that needs to be that you need to overcome is to get some confidence muna na nagwo-work talaga yung online. And the best way to get started and the best way to get some confidence with regards to this new online channel is to start posting. You post in Facebook groups, you post in Viber groups, you become a bit more active in social media, in Facebook and Instagram. So yan yung first and most early step, right? So yung mga posting in group posts. So yan yung tinatawag na group post dito. So that's what I meant there, yung mga Viber groups, Facebook groups. Pangalawa naman is that once you are getting sales online, yung pwede nyo rin gawin is that you should start advertising. Na hindi naman kailangan, like, hindi naman 10,000 na kailangan igastos in day 1 Pwede naman as small as 100 pesos, 500 pesos. Yung kailangan mo lang ilagay is yung credit card nyo lang. So once na-connect na yung credit card nyo sa Facebook page, then you'll be able to start advertising online na 500 pesos per week, just to give an example. So you can advertise for as low as 100 pesos. So that's another quick win that you can do. And again, yung goal mo lang dito is to make simple calculations. So for example, yung sales mo last week is, let's say, 10,000. Tapos this week, nag-decide ka mag-advertise, let's say 500 pesos. Tapos just see lang kung lumaki ba siya o lumiit, di ba? So kung 15,000 siya, then ibig sabihin na mukhang nag-work yung Facebook ads. And by the time that the next week rolls in, try to invest a bit more, say 700 pesos. And then kung tumaas siya lalo, then maybe say 20,000, then it's also good. Na kung hindi magandang yung resulta, so say for example, from 15K naging 13K bigla, which is something will happen, huwag kang matakot. Kasi unang-una, you are investing or you should expend a low amount, let's say 300 pesos, 500 pesos, right? Mm-hmm. And what you need to figure out doon is that mag-analyze ka. Analyze meaning tingnan mo yung nasulat mo sa post, tingnan mo kung anong ginamit mo na targeting, tinarget mo ba yung tamang area, dapat si Taguig ba tinatarget mo, dapat ba si Makati. So mag-analyze ka. kalma lang. So once you've seen kung ano yung nagge-generate ng sales, then you change again next week, right? So yung dapat mong gawin is, let's say every Monday or every Tuesday, mag-isip ka ng copy. So say for example, marami nakagusto sa pagkain na to, it's very popular, 10,000 people have tried it. Maybe that is your week 1 ad copy. Tapos week 2 naman, maybe something that's more fun, like maybe you can show pictures of your customers, diba? Customers that have tried out your product. That could be ad number 2 on week 2, and then week 3 iba naman yung style ng copy mo. So try out different styles, try out different ways to target, and then over time makikita mo yung patok na ad copy tsaka patok na targeting, diba? So it's a learning process, pero again, wag ka matakot, especially if you're investing a small amount, right? So I'm not telling you na invest ka ng 50,000 or 100,000. Start small, right? Start with something that you can risk muna, and expect na may learning. Kasi if you're going to go back to level 1 is basically a state of no recovery. We don't even no recovery, but maybe up at best 50% recovery. You want to get that 50% to 80%, 90% pre-COVID season, diba? So, and the best way to get to that area or that zone is to do that experimental ad testing. Now, if that is too risky pa rin for you, after all that I've mentioned, yung pwede mo rin gawin is to partner with existing platforms, like Mercato Favorites, for example. So favorites.mercatocentrale.ph. And yung pwede mong gawin doon, or yung pwede mangyari doon is that you can have a partnership with them and they only charge you for every sale, diba? So if you want something that is really low risk in a sense na you only get charged for every sale, that's one. And then number 2, it has less commission than other platforms out there, then Mercato is a good option then for you. But if I were to give some honest advice, I would advise na you try out everything. Okay? Kasi yung goal mo lang is to get revenue eh. So wag ka muna mag-overthink, just try something new. And as what Clarissa mentioned earlier, this is the time to experiment. But of course, experiment with a budget that you can afford to lose. And I think that's the mindset that you need to have right now. And yung amount that you can afford to lose doesn't have to be 10,000. It can be 100 pesos, 200 pesos, 500 pesos. And if it's too high risk for you, then you can partner with existing platforms. Okay, so that's level 2. Tapos yung level 3 naman is once you're able to figure out Facebook ads, once you're able to figure out group posting, and once you've seen which partners work and not work, then kumaga naging omni-channel ka na. Omni-channel meaning meron ka ng digital presence tsaka brick and mortar presence na stable. Stable meaning na you don't have to think through it as much anymore. Kasi I think yung level 2 situation is that medyo chaotic, medyo stress tayo, which is normal, especially in a crisis situation. Pero
dumaan tayo dyan, di ba, Ken? Dumaan tayo.
Yeah, so talagang chaotic talaga yan. And if you ask me really, the first step to recovery talaga is to make that small risk. Kasi yung mangyayari talaga right now is that it's either, if you have the cash to wait it out until may vaccine, pero based on, scientist feedback, mga 2021 pa yon, then maybe. Pero don't expect na 100% recovery siya. Kasi if I were to map it out like this, what I would say is, for brick and mortar, most likely 20 to 50% recovery, again, because of the social distancing measures. So yeah, people will come back to brick and mortar, pero una-una, konti lang yung foot traffic, and then number 2, required ka pa to have limited capacity. Kasi, public health is very important, diba? Kasi if people's health is endangered, then wala tayong customer, wala tayong partner, wala tayong investor, diba? So, dapat respetuhin natin yung mga policies and laws that are in place right now, right? So, that's one thing. Now, in terms of getting back to recovery, you can get back to about 80 to 100% recovery by partnering with online platforms, right? And trying to boost a bit, trying to post some more, and trying to get more active online. Now, I think when I had a conversation then with another person, I think one of the fears that I've heard is that, what if magreklamo yung customer? Baka maging viral ba siya or something like that? And what I can tell you is that it doesn't actually harm a business. Kasi nangyari niyan sa mga big players, nangyari niyan kina Jollibee, nangyari niyan kina McDonald's, etc. And hindi na impacto yung business nila by a huge amount, right? And I think nowadays, people have a stronger filter when it comes to fake news and true news. So huwag ka mag-alala kasi even though these things might happen, yung mga viral posts na and all that, you will be treated fairly in a sense na, especially if you have a current fan base na. I have heard some companies, and one of our clients din na meron nagreklamo kasi late daw yung order, daming galit, nagpo-post sa social media, but they had a strong base of fans or current customers and relatives that defended them, right? So, wag kayo matakot sa mga potential bashers, right? Kasi I think right now, napaka-konti na sila ngayon kasi I think everyone just trying to recover at this point. So don't be
Exactly.
scared of that risk. Again, my advice is that you need to focus on recovery first. Tapos, yung mga issues na yan, you can handle that later. And trust me, a lot of people have experienced this in a much worse way before, and they were able to handle it naman. I'm sure you've met, a friend of a friend who experienced a complaint, but they're still alive and the business is still alive, diba? So don't worry about that. Tapos once you get to that level, then you can start reinvesting into the omni-channel mode, kumbaga, where it's now a full recovery of the business and then you get more revenue than before, right? And meron ganitong inverted pyramid kasi it's also based on revenue. So brick and mortar, maraming tao nandyan, pero yung recovery na kuha nila konti. Brick and mortar, some online in the middle, tapos omni-channel, they get the lion's share of revenue online. Kasi I noticed na maraming nauna nung April and May. And these people were able to get the lion's share of revenue in sales. And I've actually seen like really, really high profit margins for them. So paminsan unahan lang yan eh. So it sometimes the person who gets rewarded talaga are the ones who take that first step. And my advice lang to everyone is take that first step. And yung first step, again, doesn't have to be a high-risk first step. It can be a low-risk first step na 100 to 500 pesos that you spend in Facebook ads. So that's
Can may question on dito briefly lang? I hope you don't mind me interrupting. No, it's
Sure.
also a bit what Carissa said earlier on. But yung suggested retail price mo ba, kailangan bang ibahin yung suggested retail price mo from your brick and mortar operations? Pwede bang iba yung presyo? Because I know like for some food delivery apps or mga online apps, parang iba it's a bit higher online than it is in the actual. What is your take on this one?
So for me, kasi I wouldn't compare it versus what other people are doing. I would compare it based on, kasi at least the way I suggest pricing is it depends on how many equivalent products out there in the market. So say for example, yung binibenta mo is very common. So let's say for example, chicken rice. So nagbebenta ka ng chicken rice, marami din nagbebenta ng chicken rice. Kung nagbebenta ka adobo, marami din nagbebenta ng adobo. So kapag ganon, kung marami kang competitors, ibig sabihin, it's a price battle, right? So yung pinakamura yung mananalo dyan. So yung ina-advise ko, and this is something that Clarissa also shared earlier, dapat meron kang i-offer na unique na product. Kasi kapag unique na product yan and wala kang kalaban, then you have the license to price up as much as you want, right? So if you sell something like kalabasa cake, for example, or halo-halo cake, then you will be very unique in market and wala kang kalaban, and you'll be able to price as much as you want. Well, di naman like 10 times, but you can price a bit higher than your usual, di ba? So, and you can test it out kasi, again, hindi naman yun mamememorize sa mga tao eh. So, I think some people get fearful then na, oh, what if I start with 2K and then biglang 1.5K, baka mag-viral reklamo ba or something? No, it won't happen. So, you can feel free to test out some pricing on a week-to-week basis, understand where the sweet spot is. And then over time, makikita mo yung sweet spot and then you'll be able to get revenue from that. But again, just as a general advice, kapag common yung product mo, then it's going to be a price battle. Then what I would advise is either i-match mo yung price ng competition or make it cheaper. That is scenario 1. Scenario 2 naman is that if you have a unique product, then you can price a bit more, like 10%, 20%, and try to neutralize the commission fee if that's what you're concerned about.
If you don't mind, Ken, I see what you want to say. Claude just wants to add a couple of things as well to that. That question. Claude, feel free to add. What would you like to say? Pag ganyan.
What we did with our vendors, no, is gumawa kami ng specific product that you can just find online. So what do I mean? So kunwari, ang binibenta nila usually is for single serve lang, pang 1 packs lang. Ginawa namin, yung ibibenta namin sa platform is for 2 to 3, 3 to 5 platters naman. Pero yun, hindi nila mahanap yung pricing na yun anywhere else. So you can play around with that. Tapos to build then on what Ken had already said, totoo yun yung price battle on, kunwari, lahat kayo nagbebenta ng adobo. Pero kunwari, ang nagbebenta lang ng adobo is for 2 to 3 packs. Kunwari lang Tapos may demand pala for
Cla, your audio disappeared, Cla. Ken, can you hear Cla? Ken?
No, I cannot hear her.
Ken? I think she got lost a bit. It's okay. Let's Cla got cut off for a bit, but can we continue with your presentation, Ken?
Sure. Okay. So again, this is just a summary of how level 2 should look like for you. And ito yung kumbaga to-do list mo na to. So post in Viber groups, post in Facebook groups. And don't worry, I'll share this slide then to the folks in the administrator area. Do some Facebook boosting, yung 500 pesos rule. And then kung talagang like let's say worried ka, like you don't feel like you're a techie enough to be able to handle this, you can also find some freelancers who are able to do this. Usually they charge around 300 pesos to 500 pesos per hour. Mga freelancers na nagpa-post ng Facebook ads for you. So you can find them in a lot of Facebook groups and you can hire them if you need their help with regards to boosting. Tapos meron ding isa pa. So doon sa Instagram stories, meron silang special tag. So itong special tag na to, if you use that tag in your Instagram stories, then masasama ka sa kumbaga parang support local na group. Kasi it is a tag where users can click on it and they'll be able to find other small businesses that need help really with regards to revenue and sales. So makikita mo yun sa Instagram stories. So blue siya na tag doon. And of course, partner with existing platforms, Mercato, Foodpanda, Grab, etc. But do ask the question on commission fees and then choose the best one for you. And then my advice in terms of, kasi I think the next question naman is, okay, I'm starting at level 2. How do I know kung ready na ako sa level 3? How do I know or when do I know na I need to reinvest na into my own platform if needed? Then my general advice is that you should have at least around 100K per month in revenue on a month-to-month basis. And I think once you reach there, then you can invest in these other platforms. Kasi what these other platforms, to use a analogy for it, is para siyang rocket ship eh. Meaning, para it will take whatever you have right now and it will like boost your sales even more. Pero sa start, you have to try out multiple marketing channels and multiple distribution channels. And then over time, you'll find the one which has the biggest traction for you in terms of sales. So this is your to-do list to get to level 2.
So somebody's actually asking here right now, Ken, kunyari, 500 pesos a week ako sa Facebook. Is there a certain volume of transaction that they can expect for that one? Or it really depends?
No one really knows. Kasi there's no way to predict. Kasi it depends on what the post is. For example, kung post mo one line lang, like buy now, then walang bibili kasi parang it's not compelling. So maraming variables to consider. So you need to yung advice ko dito is that when you're trying to think of ad copies, mangopya ka. Okay, so hindi naman like kopya word by word, but try to get inspiration from what other restaurants are doing. So try to figure out ano ba yung language nila, Taglish ba sila or full English. Tapos try to figure out kung ano ba yung benefit. So are they talking about a family celebration or something else? So try to really understand kung ano yung ginagawa ng iba and try to emulate that. And then in terms of the range, so if you need like a number, usually it's about ideally right now the average time seeing is about 12 times to 15 times, right? So if you invest, let's say 500 pesos, then you should reasonably expect mga 6K plus. Okay. But that's the ideal stage. And that will, I think, pasok na yun sa profit margins niyo if you're able to reach that target. But for people who are still starting out and they're still learning, usually sisimula yun sa 3x eh. So if you put 500 pesos worth of ads, then you get 1.5K back at the start. And what you need to do is that you need to try out different marketing angles sa ad copies mo. Try out different angles. And then you'll see and correlate the one which has the highest revenue for you. My advice lang is to do it weekly para makita mo yung pattern. So for example, week 1 is, let's say, 2K in revenue. Week 2 is 5K in revenue. Week 3 is 10K in revenue. And then try to correlate or try to figure out kung ano yung ad na ginamit mo that week para it's easier for you to make a conclusion and decide na, oh, ito yung patok na ad for me. And therefore, I need to use that moving forward.
Thanks so much. That's really very enlightening, Ken. And finally, getting to, I guess, level 3, no?
Yes, level 3. So I think yung level 3 is, kasi yung mangyayari sa'yo, by the end of level 2, let's say, dumating ka na sa 100 per month in revenue. Some of you folks may not have experienced this yet, pero pagdating mo dyan, pagod ka, like burnt out ka na, you're overwhelmed, you're doing a lot of things, and sobrang stress ka na. So marami ka nang ginagawa. So yung dapat mo gawin sa level 3 is that you'll need to start focusing. So instead of posting on Viber and Facebook, etc., you need to choose which platform is working the best for you. Kasi baka makita mo na, okay, 50% of our sales is in Viber, and then 20% of our sales is on Facebook ads, 10% of sales is on the platforms, etc. And you'll need to like cut the channels which are not performing as well for you and double down on the ones which are. So say for example, yung malakas sa'yo is, is let's say Viber groups. Yung pwede mo gawin is that you can start advertising in Viber. So from the last time I understood it, I think 15,015 yung minimum required spend to be able to start in Viber. I'm not sure kung 15 or 50, you have to double check. But that's why I suggested that you do boosting muna. Kasi you're gonna level up eh. Kasi over time, from 500 pesos per every 5 days, then maybe it's 500 per day na. And then over time, you're gonna level up to, let's say, 10K or 20K worth of spend. Then maybe you can, at that time, afford Viber ads na. So you can go that path. You can also go the path of an e-commerce website, right? So if, for example, let's say if you want to double down on that, if you feel like alam mo na yung magic set of SKUs mo, which are the strongest in terms of ads, then you can start to look into an e-commerce store, right? And also look into partnering with efficient channels such as Mercato. And you can also look to reinvest into your own marketing team or your own marketing agency. Kasi pagdating sa level 3, kulang na yung 3 posts and 1 post eh. At that point, dapat marami ka ng ads running at the same time. Kasi that will help you find the best performing ad in terms of revenue and ROI faster. So ito yung level 3 na situation. But I would say most people are trying to get to level 2 pa lang. So ito yung quick wins ninyo when it comes to winning and figuring out level 2. So yun, just want to
let people know if you guys are interested to also talk with Ken about how Monolith can help you grow your business. Let's say that you want to put up this site. Please get in touch with the Monolith. Ano website nyo, Ken, so people can get in touch with you?
Sure. My website is monolithgrowth.com. So monolith tapos growth.com. Great.
Okay, and you have a deep dive.
Yes. So let's look into Mercato Favorites kasi they are a good example of not only a partner platform but also how your own platform can look like if you were to pursue this path. And I know na maraming, let's say, medyo tech averse dito or medyo intimidated sa technology. But what I would say here is that there are a lot of like similarities between offline and online. So if you're going to look at this website, it looks like there's a lot of things going on here, pero there are actually a lot of parts here which replace the look and feel of a restaurant. So unang-una, yung location, right? So just like you have a permanent spot, physically, meron ka ding permanent spot digitally. So yung tinatawag dyan is yung domain. So yung favorites.mercatocentrale.ph. You also have the stand. So di ba in a coffee shop, for example, sa labas ng coffee shop, usually may mga stands that show their latest offers. So online din, meron ding bar yan usually sa pinakataas, which shows na, hey, you can get 10% off your first order if you use this particular coupon code, right? Tapos meron ding the buzz or the social activity in a restaurant. Kasi I think one of the reasons why people will get into a restaurant is the amount of social activity that's there. Right? So kulang tao din, ibig sabihin hindi siguro masarap. But here, what we do here is that merong dynamic na pop-up which tells people na, hey, there's actually people who love the stuff in Mercato and thus please buy and avail of our dishes in Mercato. Tapos meron ding greeting. So just like how when you go into a restaurant, someone will say, hi, welcome to this restaurant. Meron ding greeting din sa website. Right? Now, this can be implemented in your own platform, or you can join a platform which already has this done well, diba? Like how Mercato is right now. So moving on, just like how there is a physical menu, meron ding online menu, diba? So when you go to Lazada, you see a list of products, para siyang menu, right? Dito din, para din siyang menu. So you get to see the photos of the products, you get to see the product name, and you get to see the price, and you'll be able to purchase there. And once you click on the orders that you want, meron kang order slip, right? So nakalagay na dyan, ano yung order mo, ano ba yung dishes, ano yung quantity, and therefore, ano yung price after accounting for everything. And yung order slip na yun, mapapasa yun sa logistics. Think of it logistics as your online waiters, kumbaga, right? So in the digital sense, wala nang waiters doon kasi na-replace sila with with the logistics team, right? So once you're done with paying, they will send out your order slip, kumbaga, to a particular logistics platform, and then someone in the logistics platform can get the order and then deliver it to the customer's home, right? But my main point here is that yung experience dito really is that it is very similar between offline to online, right? So, and that's what I wanted to share talaga with regards to this. So you can ignore the other slides, but what I'm sharing here is that don't be intimidated again. Kasi if this is intimidating for you in terms of like the building out process for that, you could partner with someone with Mercato at least. Kasi I think the great thing about Mercato and many other platforms that's out there is that they made it accessible for a lot of home-based business owners. And they actually specialize for these home-based business owners kasi yung ginagawa ng other platforms there is that they usually tend to prioritize the more popular brands and the higher volume brands. And it medyo hirap siya for the home-based business owner. So as much as possible, look to try to be more independent in the sense na go ahead, do Facebook ads, post in Viber groups, post in Facebook groups. But beyond that, also look at other distribution channels such as Mercato. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share in my presentation.
Ken, thanks so much. A lot of great insights. So we're seeing, it's not too hard to go online, but you're taking a bit of a risk, but it's something that you have to do right now in this, kumbaga itong new business environment. You really have to be online. Now, Ken, I'm sure that you've seen over the past 2 months kung ano yung trends na lumalabas in terms of food na medyo mabenta online or medyo patok online. Nakita rin natin dalawa, but just like Clarissa, she gave some tips and trends on ano yung pagkain na naging popular, maybe is it what type of food, what form, is it frozen, is it cooked, is it ano? Maybe you could share with us also as well yung some of the tips on anong pwede maging popular yung food mo online or papatok siya or stand out.
Okay, so I would say there are 3 types of food products in general. So meron tinatawag na ready to eat. Ibig sabihin, pagdating sa bahay nyo, handa na to eat yung food. So ready to eat. Pangalawa naman is ready to cook. So pagka-ship sa bahay nyo, raw food pa siya. So merong marinade or something else, and then all you have to do next is to cook it. Tapos the third type naman is frozen. So that is basically like a lot of groceries that's out there, especially in the meat space. So meron tatlo dyan. Yung malakas right now is really the frozen space and also the ready-to-cook space. Primarily because a lot of people, even during the GCQ phase, a lot of them are, hindi man a lot, but let's say 50% or 40% are still staying at home. There are some na who are going to work, but even then, people would prefer to eat at home as much as possible, primarily because of the safety, and at the same time, they also have the choice on when they want to cook it. So right now, in terms of trends, malakas yung dalawa na yun. Kasi I think bago yun eh. Kasi I don't think that was very common prior to the lockdown, prior to ECQ, diba? So before ECQ, puro ready to eat. Pero ngayon, puro ready to cook and frozen yung malakas right now. But that said, just learning from the pre-lockdown season, it might slow down then. So what I would anticipate is that malakas pa rin yung frozen tsaka ready to cook during the GCQ phase and to some extent the MGCQ phase. But once it's over, then it's going to start to fall off. Kasi people will now start defaulting to going to the grocery, having that physical experience in buying in a grocery, once we do get to that stage. I would say it's a trend that will stay there for the next 3 to 6 months. Kasi based on the forecast that I've been reading, most likely we will stay in the GCQ/MGCQ type of phase during that time. And then by then, meron na sigurong vaccine, hopefully. So that is like one trend that I'm seeing. Second trend naman is dun sa ready to eat. Again, I think the important principle here is that dapat meron kang unique offering. So I would say na hindi naman kailangan a specific product per se. Kasi a lot of products can work as long as it is unique, it is new, it is fresh. So things like halo-halo cake, things like avocado cake, things like kalabasa cake or any of that sort, ube pandesal, tofu sisig, cauliflower rice, things that are unique and or hard to find, yun malakas yun online. Kasi some people do want it because of some special reason. So for example, some people will prefer cauliflower rice because they have a dietary preference. Like they don't want starchy food, and instead they want to pursue a more healthy diet. And instead of using like simple carbohydrates like rice, they would prefer something like cauliflower rice, which is better in that respect. So as a general rule, unique products ang helpful right now. Now, I cannot give you an exact answer na, oh, dapat ube pandesal, oh, dapat ganitong klaseng cake. Because the more people who play in it, and since there are a lot of viewers right now, kung let's say 10,000 kayo lahat, nag-advertise kayo, sabay-sabay na avocado cake, then it won't work anymore, right? So yung rule is dapat unique. So if you're selling something unique and konti na yung kalaban mo, then you will win in market. Kasi if I give a pronouncement na ube pandesal, lahat yung ube pandesal, but it won't work anymore kasi dami ng sellers ng ube pandesal by that time, right? Kung sabay kayo mag-advertise. So uniqueness is the quality that you're looking for. And yeah, I would withhold from giving a specific answer kasi the more people do it, law of supply and demand is, so the more supply, then people will demand it less.
Basta unique, basta kagaya ni Clarissa, dapat unique yung SKU mo online. And just
Tama.
be prepared that in 3 to 6 months' time, the trends could change again, especially if it's ready to cook and ready to heat products.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ken Costales of Monolith Growth Consulting. Isa pa dyan, Ken, just one more time, if they want to find out more about Monolith services, where can they contact?
Sure. They can visit our website at monolithgrowth.com.
Okay, thank you again so much, Ken, Monolith Growth Consulting. And then moving on, I'd like to speak to our very successful vendors who've made the transition mula po sa brick and mortar ng Mercato ay naging online vendors na rin sila. Una-una, puntahan muna natin si Tony Villa ng Tipsy Cream. Can we bring him on stage right now? Our good friend from Tipsy Cream, si Tony Villa. And as we bring Tony here on stage right now. Oh, he got disconnected. Can we call on stage if he's not here right now? Okay, let's bring first muna si Ina and Kim to join us here right now. Ina, Kim, kumusta kayo dyan? Ina, Kim, hi, how are you? I'm sure you guys, can you turn on the volume, please? Yung,
There, hello.
Hello?
I'm sure marami kayong natutunan rin, Kim and Ina, Kim, where did you guys go? Let's try them again. We lost them for a bit, but just in case lang, just to give you some feedback, habang mabalik sila, if you guys are interested to become Mercato vendors, lumalabas po sa ilalim yung details namin if you want to be sold online. And again, welcome back to Kim and to Ina. Kim and Ina, can you hear me? You can hear me there, right? Just give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure marami kayong natutunan sa presentations ni Clarissa and also ni Ken. Good insights for you guys. Now, tell us a bit more kasi for many of them, I need you to just confirm kasi sabi nga ni Ken and ni Clarissa, the only way for you to stand out online right now is talagang kung unique yung inyong SKU or yung stock keeping unit o yung produkto ninyo. Tell us a bit more about how you created your product in the first place. We often say kailangan mag-stand out yung produkto mo, especially pagkain. What makes your food product different from other food products at paano naisip yung produkto ninyo?
First of all, the products that we're selling through Mercato are already established dishes and products that we used to, used to serve in a restaurant actually in Dumaguete. So we already have, parang alam na namin na yun yung gusto ng people. So
Those are the best sellers.
those were the best sellers since before. So starting with our Spanish chorizo, that's our signature product. Tapos we have salpicao, salpicao is parang ano naman siya, common siya na dish, pero we make it unique lang by using ribeye instead of the usual tenderloin, mga ganon. Tapos ayun, parang it's not that common din naman kasi na yung Spanish food when it comes to deliveries, especially to mga small businesses, mga ganon. It's not that common. So, parang we're unique in that sense na we deliver Spanish-Filipino food
And it's
na
very affordable.
affordable din.
Okay.
Sa
So what was good about you? What was good about you is that that you were able to establish at least prior na before you've known what
Yes.
people really like
Yes.
when they do this one, and you were selling live. Now, when you went live, question lang, why did you have to change the dishes, change the pricing, change the kind of bundles that you put together to make it more sellable online?
Yes. We had to go for dishes that yung masarap pa rin even if hindi siya ganun ka-fresh kasi syempre kailangan pa i-deliver ganon. So we had to choose yung mga pwede nila initin lang na madali, ganyan. Yung pwede ma-package easily, yung hindi parang pagdating sa bahay na nag-order, very presentable pa rin siya. So you have to take that into consideration pag pipili ka kung ano yung ilalagay mo sa delivery menu mo. Yung how easy it is to reheat, how easy it is to pack. So those are the things that we take into consideration. Tapos, ayun.
Was it easy to make the transition from going offline to online in selling your business food? What did you have? What do home-based chefs have to consider when they move their business from an offline to an online, or at least a delivery platform business?
Siguro one of the struggles that we had to deal with was, especially nung pag-start nung online delivery, parang we weren't expecting that many, nung first day pa lang. Siguro what I remember is yung first day, we weren't expecting that
Too
much orders, and there was only the two of us, so medyo na overwhelmed kami doon, pero we were able to work through that naman na nakapag-anticipate na kami. Parang ganun lang, we weren't expecting those many orders to come in agad-agad. Tapos, what else pa ba? I think one of our advantages then is from go offline to online is that we already had a page on Instagram, on Facebook na meron ng followers, ganon. So that helped us then. So we didn't really have to start from like scratch talaga. Tapos, yes. Tapos, plus then Mercato is also very active when it comes to marketing our brand, other brands, everybody that's partnered with Mercato. So that really helps then.
Okay, let's talk specifically about the platforms online, because many of them are curious as to what platform to go to. I often tell people that the reason that they should consider Mercato as a platform is because what we really focus on are the home-based vendors, because the others might not focus purely on home-based, they focus on the restaurants. Has this been of any help to you that Mercato is known as a platform for small food vendors? Kahit nung physical pa kami, parang yung mga small vendors, was it also helpful for you nung transition ka online that it's a place to help incubate yung ating mga home-based food vendors?
Mercato helped talaga, especially with the online page, because it makes it really easier for people to check out what's available. Ganon. Parang, so, it's very helpful because on your end, you don't really have to do that much nga, because Mercato already made the page for you. They already displayed your products for you. They handle the delivery and payments for you. So ikaw, as a small business owner who's in partnership with Mercato, all you really have to do is to produce your products in good quality, ganon. Also on your end, you also market on your end through Facebook, Instagram. Kami, we also join yung mga group page on Facebook for certain communities like Alabang, Makati, ganun. That's also really helpful to get your brand out there.
Okay.
And that's what we've been doing.
Lastly, did you have to innovate on any of your products? Did you have to introduce Did you introduce new products at this time, or you stuck to your old products, or did you just have to change? Did you have to change anything, or change the size? Change what changes did you have to make just to make sure you're still sellable online, sellable right now during this period?
For some of our dishes, we actually we added a few dishes, and then most of the dishes we decided to already add rice para mas appealing siya in that sense na pag nag-order sila from us, it's a full meal already. May rice na, ganun. Parang people want that din kasi. Tapos, same goes with what we're selling in the community sa BGC with Mercato. We're selling frozen, ready to heat. it's more on ready to heat na. Parang
Oh.
to
And
ano
that's
with
what
what
you're
people are looking for.
Yeah, and parang baga we're all adjusting, di ba? Kayo, kami, we're all adjusting to what's happening
Yes,
online.
yes,
Yung una, di
yes.
ba? Ready to
Oo.
eat, then naging, all of a sudden, naging
Oo.
ready to eat, then naging frozen, di ba? And then,
Oo.
di ba? And what might
Hindi
happen is
kasi
that in the next,
pwedeng
hindi pwedeng,
y-
yun lang, ito lang gusto ko gawin. You have to adjust to what the customer wants.
yes, adjust talaga. You have to adjust especially now na you can't just parang ano na lang, parang masasad ka na lang na nagsarado yung market, gano'n. Parang you have to find ways to continue to thrive kahit na there's this pandemic going on.
Oh. At mabilis rin gumalaw. Dapat mabilis ka rin gumalaw ngayon. If there's an input, do it kaagad. This is not a time you can wait to do a lot of do a lot of okay, I'll think about it. No, if you see the opportunity, you grab it kaagad, di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's
Kasi
what I saw
syempre
over
madami
there.
na.
Oh.
Oo.
And then the other one naman here is this one. Last na lang is, can you just give some advice right now for those home-based food vendors? Okay, now we're transitioning to the GCQ period. Of course, what can you tell them about doing online delivery? How can they adjust to doing online delivery? And how should they also prepare to grow their business? Please share some of your thoughts that can help our other small home-based food vendors.
Ayun, first of all, figure out kung ano talaga yung sellable ninyo na product. Try to, as much as you can, try to perfect the dishes that you want to get out there. Kasi
Isa lang.
it doesn't have to be example, di ba? There are trends, ganyan. And then if there are trends, so yung people kakagat sa trend will order from you. But then, very important din yung mga what's important din kasi is word of mouth and yung mga nag-order ulit. So you have to make sure then that the quality of the products that you're selling are of good quality, masarap, ganyan. Tapos, take advantage of social media kasi andyan na lahat. Try to join as many Facebook groups, Viber groups that you can to introduce your brand to as many people. Tapos, ayun, and then try to set what your identity really is, like what I said kanina, like for us, Spanish Filipino talaga kami. So if people are looking for that kind of cuisine, or craving for that kind of cuisine, then they can think about us. Maisip nila kasi yun na yung identity namin. So yun siguro for me, like try to build your identity and stick to it.
I like that. That's very important. You stick to it and you stand out, di ba? As long as it's very unique and you
Yes.
stand out, you're great. There's a good question over here. I wanted to address it to you, kay Andrew John Smith. What are you putting your focus in terms of marketing? They're from Kape and Company. What are you putting your marketing focus on right now? How are you guys doing it? I mean, I know you were sharing, you were doing all these different communities and that one, but are you, is there a particular focus that you have right now, or are you focused on just creating good food pictures?
Of course, you have to have good food pictures kasi doon naman talaga nakaka-catch yung eye ng mga people on social media. And then we also take advantage of yung mga Facebook ads, yung mga pagbo-boost ng post. We've been doing that for a while na rin, and it really helps kasi ayun, you just have to, like, katulad nung sinabi ata ni kanina na
Level
500
two.
pesos a week. Yun,
Yeah,
for
that's
level
right,
2,
that's right.
mga 5 pesos.
You're doing
Yeah,
level
we
2, level
take
3.
ad- Yes, we take advantage of yung mga Facebook ads, Instagram ads, tapos, ayun, you have to take good photos, ganon, and then we also try to, what do you call this? We try to, through the market sa BGC, we try to interact with
Word of mouth,
clients,
mga
parang kakausapin talaga namin sila, ganyan, o kung may mga kilala na kami, parang we don't shy away from being yung mga kilala na namin na ganito, may binibenta kami, ganyan, para word of mouth, para, diba? And especially now kasi na everyone is going through something, people are actually more willing to support one another. Parang that's what I feel, especially
That's
with
right.
small businesses.
Especially for small businesses, people parang it's more meaningful now to buy from small businesses kasi
Yes.
nakakatulong ka rin
Yes.
ngayon eh. So the focus
People
really
are
is
very
people are
Sige,
very
sorry. People are smarter now and more compassionate in that sense, na alam nila na alam naman nila na yung big businesses, they can stand naman regardless of what's happening now. Parang they know na the small businesses or the businesses that need their support these days.
And then can we just show a picture of one of your foods? Because you said that the pictures were, of course, very important yung pictures natin. Can you show an example of your pictures of your food? Kasi what really attracted me also to Senior One was when I was looking at the
Sharing.
pictures online. Uh-oh. Can we do a shared screen over there? And again, for those people who are interested to become, to let Mercato help you market your products online via Mercato Online Delivery, you can contact us on the information below. Vendor inquiries is over there. Our mobile number there, our email address, and of course our FB chat. If you want to talk to us, we're glad to talk to you over there. Nandiyan ba?
Can you add yung account ni Kim, because that's where we're sharing the ano from there.
Let's take a look if it's coming out there. Yeah.
Okay.
So originally you guys are from
Yeah.
Dumaguete. Wow. Okay. Those shots are definitely going
So
to
there.
make people want to buy.
Yan. That's one of our we serve paella kasi we have paella negra, seafood paella. So we decided na, 'di ba, to parang unique nga. We decided na magbebenta rin kami ng half and half, so people can gusto nila yun eh. They can try two things at the same time. So there we have wings, then we have lamb adobo.
Lamb
Kasi
adobo,
'di ba?
wow.
Pero unique nga, like we keep on saying lamb instead of the usual pork or chicken. And that's one
Lamb
of our
adobo
best
would
sellers
stand out.
then actually.
Stand out SKU. Oh, you're following the principles ni Ken and pati ni Clarissa.
Yan. Tapos that's our signature product, our Spanish chorizo na hubad. And then we also have that in links then. Ayan. Let's again go next.
And I think I tried your salpicao, no? I've tried your salpicao. Enjoyed it during the
Yan,
QCQ.
ayan. The salpicao. Show the salpicao naman. Make it large. Yan. So with the salpicao, instead of the usual tenderloin or lomo, diba? That's the cut of the beef that's usually used for salpicao. So we decided to go with ribeye para mas tender and
I see now. The picture doesn't seem to be
Parang
coming out,
hindi
but that's okay. Kim and Ina, thanks so much, guys. I'll just call on our last speaker if you don't mind, Kim and Ina. I'll invite now Tony right now.
okay.
Again, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Let me talk to Tony. Tony, thanks so much. I know you got cut in a bit, and yeah, I'm very proud of these people. These are my star Mercato vendors supporting us and supporting us as we move forward. Tony, tell us a bit more about the product. I know you guys have been with us for quite some time, but you've actually gone through some of the competitions in Mercato, and your product truly stood out. Can you tell us a bit more about how you came together and put together yung Tipsy Cream?
Sure. Actually, so the story behind Tipsy Cream is that it really is a venture between me and my best friend. So me and my best friend, we started out with just one flavor. It was called vanilla beer, and that was more of an Oktoberfest experiment. Like before, he had a traditional ice cream business, the usual, and it's still homemade. But we did an Oktoberfest experiment called beer ice cream, and I fell in love with it. Eventually, that business would not continue because of the food hall. But when we got together again, I said, "Bro, let's focus on the alcoholic aspect. I think there's a huge potential here." And and for me, what I noticed is there's not really anyone doing it really seriously, at least here in the Philippines, that's really committed to that idea. Now, creating ice cream that has alcohol in it and totally different spin with how it's the branding. Kaya we started with that. We introduced these flavors and we made our debut in night markets also. And Mercato was really one of those big events for us back in 2018, almost 2 years ago now. So
Wow.
with when we debuted in Mercato, it was really great because the support system of Mercato was really there. They made a video, they produced a video for us featuring the flavors and customer reviews, and that was the biggest impact with how our brand got para makilala yung brand talaga. And throughout then, tuloy-tuloy kami nag-experiment with new flavors, new styles of ice cream. So meron na kami na mga non-dairy. So we have our sorbets, may new flavor kami recently that's not alcoholic, but it's made with coconut milk, so it's non-dairy. But over in the span of that time, since we debuted in Mercato, siguro naka-develop na kami ng more than 15 flavors of ice cream.
Yeah. Puro
80%
testing mo,
nun may alak lahat.
Yeah. So you test, you see what works, you change, di ba? And you get the best flavors in the end. That's really being an entrepreneur, di ba, Tony?
Yes. Partly experiment, partly seasonal specials. Pero yung mga seasonal specials, actually one of the things that I liked about the being online is hindi na namin sila kailangan i-seasonal kasi pwede na namin sila isabay-sabay. So some of the seasonals, gumraduate na regulars na sila. So
talaga.
like this one we had in March, we called it dapat for March lang yun for St. Patrick's Day. But now we kept it as a regular. Because nung physical, nung nasa store, brick and mortar tayo in Mercato, maliit lang yung freezer and I'm limited by how many I can display. But now, since it's online, hindi na kailangan yun, nawala yung constraint na yun for us eh. So dumami flavors namin, dati from 6 na naka-display lang, now it's actually 14. Sabay-sabay.
Wow, fantastic. Just a question. So now that you're doing that right now, how was that transition to going online now for you? And then coming on Mercato as well. Kasi you've been with us Mercato physical, Mercato digital. How did you also make the transition? What was different now for you?
Well, in Mercato, what we sold were actually single scoops talaga. So single, double, and we even have this smaller serving called the sampler. So it's 3 smaller scoops together. So para silang sundaes and heavy on the dining experience. Like we talk to the customers, we prepare their sundaes in front of them. So totally different yung magkaiba talaga yung philosophy namin when we were at the night markets face to face. And then when we went online, we had to transition to pints like this one. So this one, we offered this before kasi some customers, they want to take home and medyo impractical to take home a single scoop. So we actually offered pints, pero nung nasa Mercato pa kami, siguro like 5% of sales ang pints. Ganun kaliit yung business ng pints before. So na online, ito na yung pinaka-only SKU that we are moving. Wala na yung mga smaller servings for us. We're just doing pints. And what we did also was begin to offer more bundles, so pint-based bundles. Yung naging on the store side, yun yung naging transition namin to selling online.
Okay, so has it also helped you to move online as well? What did you realize? Kasi syempre, you could have joined other platforms as well, and you do help online. But how did the Mercato platform particularly help you online? Sinabi kanina ng iba na there's no cut from you, there's the delivery is there na, the marketing is there na. How have you been helped by Mercato online?
What I love about the Mercato platform is I would call it a one-stop shop na system because everything talaga is there to give the customer a good experience. So there's a proper website, a good menu with information, and then on top of that, the Mercato platform on its own, yung brand awareness na nabibigay ni Mercato to small food businesses like us, invaluable yon. And then on the checkout side, yung availability of all the options for your customers to pay. Very important yun now because if we're doing it by ourselves, syempre mahirap mag-collect through card or COD, may payments, di ba? So Mercato really gave that one-stop shop platform that make it easy, very, very easy to exist and have a good online store. Tapos ano pa, they do the artwork for your, we just send the picture pero you create a nice artwork on your website also.
So that it's been helpful for you, but also thanks so much. But how about the margins? I mean, like they were saying, Clarissa earlier, unlike other sites, we don't take the cut from you. In other words, we take the margins after you give us your price. Has that been helpful for you? How the terms?
Yes. The terms are actually easier because the margins that Mercato it's transparent. It's not that big. Hindi siya malaking impact on our margins as well for us yung how much yung profit namin. And at the same time, mabilis din transmit yung payment, which is important for small vendors kasi cash is tight, kailangan umikot agad. So hindi siya hinahayaan matulog agad matulog na matagal ng system ni Mercato. That's one big plus for us.
Okay. Last question here for you is really, there are many vendors right now producing their own products at home, and they need to stand out. I mean, now, of course, they can join the platform which we've offered to them. But like, see Ina and Kim give good advice for Senior One on how to stand out online. And how can you make sure your products stand out online as well? Siyempre kasi ngayon, after ECQ, mag-GCQ na yan, baka mawawala yung mga tao sa ibang platform. They have to go back to what they usually know. But now, how will you stand out amidst all these different products online?
I think from what yung hindi pa na-share in terms of the uniqueness, yung approach mo with how you talk to your customers. Kasi with Tipsy Cream, yun yung one thing na nawala sa amin. It's yung face-to-face interaction with our customers. It's trying to find a way talaga to connect sa feelings, kumbaga. Kasi yung product namin, it's supposed to bring joy or supposed to help you cope during the times. Yung naging approach namin in terms of the online dialogue to really stand out is maging relevant dun sa how people have been feeling. Like, are you down? Try a vanilla beer. Feeling like you want to celebrate, get a sangria sorbet. On the marketing side, of course, the food, nasabi na lahat nung talagang tried and tested advice, just being unique, standing out, finding a new kind of twist of food there. So what I can add to that really is yung how you're communicating it. Kasi dun ka magiging memorable, dun mo may iwasan yung, ay, umalis na yung mga customer ko, sinubukan lang nila ako. Pero you want them to come back, you want the loyalty. You create the connection sa pag-engage mo with them. So hindi lang siya about post, bili, price, especially pricing off. Like if mahirap mag-price off kasi mahirap bilhin yung loyalty kung dahil lang sa price off. What if hindi mo na kaya mag-price off, you want more margin. So talaga yung finding that kilig factor with your relationship with your customers, that is what will also help you para hindi ka rin nila iwan agad or hindi ka na nila iwan forever.
Especially sa'yo, it's really like I realize in terms of marketing, you might not be an essential product, but you are a comfort food, di ba? Parang it's an escape from the crisis also as well, yung Tipsy Cream, and that's what you guys have been doing. Thank you so much, Tony Villa, one of the co-founders of Tipsy Cream. And with that, I'd just like to bring back on screen, Ina, and together with Tony, let's give them back on screen. Again, guys, thanks so much for the opportunity. We're very glad, again, on behalf of all the small home-based entrepreneurs of Mercato and the new ones, we invite them to join us on the Mercato online platform. Like we said, on the Mercato online platform, we provide the marketing. We have an e-commerce website for you. There is no cut taken from the vendor, and at the same time there's a payment option and a delivery option already as well. So it's a one-stop shop for everybody. We encourage them to come online. Ina, maybe you'd like to encourage your other home-based food entrepreneurs, how can they grow their business, and invite them to join us here at Mercato Online.
For everybody who wants to go into deliveries, I think the best option for beginners is really Mercato because they do everything for you already. They don't, like RJ said, they don't take a cut from your pricing. Tapos, it's very easy. With them, it's very easy. They're also very, very easy to talk to, very accommodating for when it comes to dealing with vendors. And so I think it's really one of the best options for you.
And again, thanks again as well, Ina and Kim, for supporting us during this time. Dapat tayo, we're partners in this time, during this crisis. We're both partners in people's businesses. In the end, we're really, at the end, yung Mercato talaga is an advocacy to help small food vendors grow. And that's what we've been trying to do, whether it's physical or virtual, nandiyan pa rin kami. We're very thankful for you for staying with us and for supporting us. Thank you so much.
And can I also add lang na
please,
when it comes to Mercato kasi you can really feel na they really care for the small business owners. Na you feel when they started the online delivery, we really appreciated kasi na-feel talaga namin na gusto talaga nila tulungan yung mga small business owner kasi alam nila na mawawalan ng income because of the closure of the market, ganun. So, they're really, in that sense, something that you can really appreciate what they're doing.
Thank you so much. That feels so nice. All the hard work namin ni Clarissa, ni Dan, ni Pao, hearing that from you and my wife Vanessa, we're very nakakataba ng puso. Maraming salamat
Thank you
to Kim and Nina. Thank you so much. From Senior One, order Senior One! Masarap yung salpikaw nila.
Thank you.
Winner na winner.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Tony, how about you? Well, let's encourage more of our small home-based food entrepreneurs to join us as well.
Yes, definitely. So Mercato is the easiest and one of the best platforms for you to start with. And like what Ina said, the other thing na na-appreciate namin was how quick, as in the height of ECQ, Mercato was calling us and telling us na there's a new initiative, they're going online. That also helped us feel empowered again na huwag mapaghinaan ng loob. Kasi hindi naman, there's a support system and maraming people there that are willing to help and guide you, especially if totally beginner newbie, ibang level yung mentorship and guidance nila.
Again, guys, thanks so much for the kind words. We really, really appreciate it. But again, our mission, our advocacy as a business is to really bring more small food vendors online, and especially during this time, lahat ng negosyo natin na apekto. But our objective still remains the same. We will help continue to grow our small food vendors, and hopefully, after this time, nakita namin ang daming lumalabas ng mga small vendors with their home recipes, di ba? Sinasabi ko sa isang kaibigan ko, despite being the resurgence, the renaissance of home-cooked food vendors in the Philippines, mas nadami pa yung mga mapipilian ngayon kaysa noon, di ba? And hindi puro yung mga international franchises na pumapasok, kundi yung mga local brands, ang mga homegrown brands, yan po yung sisikat ngayon. So again, I hope everybody who listened to our Bounce Back Mercato Academy show really enjoyed. We invite everybody, if you want to become a home-based food vendor, if you want better help to market your products on an online platform, now all in one shop, minamarket na, then yung payment, and then yung delivery, please join us on Mercato Online. And again, guys, thanks so much for joining us here on Bounce Back. Ako po si RJ Ledesma. On behalf of Ken Costalos of Monolith Growth Consulting, Clarissa ng Mercato, and of course, my beloved Mercato vendors, we have Ina and Kim from Senior One, and Tony Villa of Pipsy Cream. Maraming salamat. Have a great day. Stay safe. And if you can, please stay home. God bless. Thank you so much, guys.
Everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you.